Welcome everyone. In this lecture, we will solve this question, which is of projection of line. As you can see, we have a line AB, which is 80 mm long, and its end A, first point A, is 20 mm above HP and 30 in front of it, and it is inclined at 30° to HP and 45° to VP. Now you have to draw the projection, and we have to find its apparent inclination. Apparent means final view. So after applying both conditions, means first with the HP, second with the VP, after applying both this condition, we have to find out the front and top view. That front and top view will be apparent lines, and you have to find out you have to measure the angle between the apparent line and HP or VP. So I'll start with this point, line AB, which is 80 mm long. First point A is 20 above HP and 30 in front of VP. So let's start with this. So first we have point A, which is 20 above HP and 30 in front of VP. So if point is in front of VP, the projection will come below the reference line. Now you can name these this point. This one is A dash, and this one here is A. Sorry, A. Change it to the main drawing. Now you can check the dimension. This is point A dash is 20 mm over HP, and this one is, and this point A is 30 mm in front of VP. So as per the question, our first point is 20 mm above HP and 30 in front of VP. Now what we have to do is, second thing, this is the initial point for the line A dash and A. For HP we will draw whatever, if the line is inclined with HP, we will draw that thing on the front view or on the VP, and on the HP, sorry, above HP, and whatever it makes with the VP, we will draw below the reference line or below the VP. So it is given the line makes 30° to the HP and it is 80 mm long. So we have a line which is 80 mm long. This is our first point, so I'm going to draw line. Just move to the construction layer. Now draw the line which should be at 30° with the HP and length should be 80 mm. So for this thing, you need to do one thing. Just click the line command. First click on A dash. Now stretch or move your mouse to a little bit to the right direction. Now just press shift at the rate. You have to press shift at the rate. That first column will be for the length, which is 80 mm. Now press the tab key. Tab. Now the second column is for the angle. So just press the angle, which is 30. Now you can see this length is of 80 mm, and the angle which it makes with the reference line is 30°, because these are the initial which we have given to this command. And remember one thing, while drawing this, while creating this line, you have to remember this thing. In the system, from the horizontal line, if I consider this as a first quadrant, this is the, maybe this is the line. Suppose this first one, second quadrant, third, fourth quadrant. So from here in this direction, it will take as a positive, the angle will take as a positive value. You can say this one is anti-clockwise direction. So angles in anti-clockwise direction are, you can define these angles by positive values, and if you want to draw it in clockwise direction to the downward from this horizontal line, they will be in negative angles. So if I want to draw this line which is at 30°, so from here to here angle should be positive, and angle is in anti-clockwise direction, so you need to only give the positive value, then line will be placed at that particular value. So now I'm going to remove this thing. So this is our true line, which the line which is given, so just going to mark it as second point. So I'm going to mark this as B1 dash. This is the end point of true line. Now, another for the top view, we have the line makes 45 degree with the VP. So this is the angle which is created by line with the HP. Now with the VP, again the same line, length is 80 degree and makes an angle of 45 degree with the VP. So it will come in the downward direction. So again, just first click here, then move the mouse to the downward direction. Now press shift at the rate. Now first column is for length, which is 80 in our case. Now press tab. Now the angle is 45 degree with the VP. So it is in the downward direction or anti-clockwise direction. So we have to provide the negative value minus 45. Now you can check the length and the angle. This line makes an angle of 45 degree with the reference or with the VP, and you can check the length. Length should be a line. So length should be 80 as it is given in the question. So now we have drawn the true lines which are given in the question. So again I am going to denote it by B1. Now we have the true lines. Now what we will do, after applying these two conditions to the question, now what we have to do is this line will make an angle of 30 degree with HP. This line makes 45 degree with VP. And after applying these two conditions, what we have to do, we have to observe the front view and top view. So to find out this, what we will do, we will draw a locus from here. Draw a horizontal line. This is the locus for this point. It means the end point of the front view will stay end point of the second point. First one is this one A dash. So second point will be B dash of the front view, which will lie on this horizontal line. Again, for the top view, the end point of the top view will lie on this horizontal line or the locus. So we after drawing the true line, we have drawn this locus. Now we have to find out the apparent line. So to find out this thing, we have to follow some steps with the help of, remember a few things. With the help of true line in the front view, you will draw apparent line in the top view, and with the help of true line in the top view, you will draw apparent line in the front view. Apparent line represent the final view, or for the uppercase above the XY, the apparent line will be the front view, and for the below the XY line, the front view, the apparent line represent the top view. So now for this I'm going to find out. First I'm going to draw the section of this top view with the help of this true line. So going to find out apparent line with the help of this true line. So you need to follow this step. Draw a vertical line from here and draw a horizontal line from A. Now this is the point of intersection, so we need this point. Just remove the excess one. Now you have to create an arc which will where you have to take this point A as a center and radius up to this point of intersection, and this point as a center and radius up to this point of intersection. Then you have to create an arc which is going to intersect with this locus. So the point of intersection will be the end point for the top view. So instead of creating an arc, I'm going to simply draw a circle in which I will take it as A as a center and radius up to this intersection point, because arc is a part of our circle. So I'm going with the simplest one. Take this point A as a center and radius up to this intersection point. Now you can see this arc or the circle is intersecting with this locus, so we need this point. So I'm going to remove the excess part. I don't need this one, and again from this point I don't need this one. So just we need this arc, this as a center, radius up to this point, then arc which is going to intersect with this locus. Now just connect this point with the point A. So this is our top view, and I'm going to represent this top view with the main drawing. So this white line represent our top view, and the end point will be point B. So this blue line is our true line which is given in the question, and this is our apparent line or the top view. Now we have a true line and apparent line in the bottom or below the XY line. Now we have to draw apparent line in the front view with the help of true line in the bottom, this top view. Again follow the same steps. From here draw, again follow the same steps. Now you have to draw a line from this point B1, draw a vertical line up to this point A dash. Now from A dash you have to create a horizontal line which will intersect with this vertical line. So this is the intersection point which you require for further process. Now again we have to follow the same step. Now after creating this line we have to create an arc with A dash as a center and radius up to this intersection point, and the arc should intersect with this locus. In this way we will get the apparent line here and the end point for this apparent line. So again following the simplest process, I'm going to create a circle with A dash as a center and radius up to this point of intersection. Okay, now from this point we need this point of intersection. Just remove this thing and this thing. Now just delete this thing. Now this is our end point for the front view. So this point is represented by B dash. Now connect these 2 points, B dash and A dash. So this is our apparent line in the front view. So this is our front view or apparent line in the this above the XY line. So as you can see, we have created, so this is, in this way our projection is complete. So you can remember these few things, like to complete the projection of line you need 4 lines, 2 lines in the above the XY and 2 lines below the XY. One line should be our true line, another should be apparent line or the final view, and in the HP there should be two more. One should be true and one should be apparent line. If your drawing have these 4 lines, then your projection is complete. And remember something, the end effectors are the endpoints of this apparent line. So you can see end effectors A dash, B dash. End effectors are the endpoints of the final views. This is our front view, this is our top view. So this endpoints, the endpoints of this apparent line, A dash, B dash and A and B. So you can see in the front view we have A dash, B dash end effectors, and in the top view we have A and B. And the shortcut or the thing to check whether it is correct or not, the end effectors should lie on the same vertical line. As you can see, A dash and A are on the same vertical line. From here you can, to check whether it is correct or not, just create a line from A dash, B dash and see whether this line passes through the B or not. Yes, it is passing through the B. So B dash and B are on the same vertical line. That means our projection is complete. Another thing to check whether it is correct or not is the true line. Here in this case we do have this question in which we have the given line. If there is a question in which we have this as a given condition, and you have to find out with the help of this you have to complete the projection. So in that case you have to remember true line is the initial line which is inclined with HP, as well as the same line will incline with the VP. So remember this thing, the length of true line can never be changed. If the true line is 80 in the front view, then it should stay 80 in the top view. So the length of true line will be equal in the front view as well as in the top view. So in this case true line is the given line, so we have the 80 as the length of this true line, so no need to check this one because it is the initial condition. Now as per the question, in the question it has been asked, find the apparent inclination. Apparent inclination means the angle drawn by the apparent line. So in the front view, the angle drawn by the apparent line with the HP, and here the angle drawn by this apparent line with the VP. So you can check these angles. We need to find apparent inclination, so you can remember this thing. True line, the angle created by true line with the HP, it is above the XY line. That is why the angle drawn by this line with the XY means this line is inclined with the HP, and the angle drawn by this line with the reference line means the angle drawn with the VP. So check the angles. This is apparent line. Angle drawn by apparent line is apparent inclination. So apparent inclination is 45 degree for front view, and for top view apparent inclination is 55 degree. I'm going to change it to the main drawing. And as you know, it has been given in the question, true line makes an angle of 30 degree with the HP and 45 degree with the VP. So these are the given condition, 30 and 45 degree. So this is the complete projection of line. That's it. Thank you.